Hello again. This is Love, Aphrodite Darlene. Nipsey is not Jesus. He's more divine. He's another hidden identity, though. Some on the internet are calling Nipsey Jesus, and I understand that, since he's like a Messiah. But almost everyone who's grown knows by now that the Hebrew story of a son of God, of earth one, by God Yahweh, it comes from a black perspective. It was originally a Hebrew story till certain Caucasians got a hold of it. So it went from black to white. The name Jesus was made up by the J-Suit family of Greek descent. Romans, white folks. Jesus is a part of their name, J-Suit, J-E-S-U-I-T. Tomato. During a period of time that Constantine, an emperor, there was a white Roman ruler who changed a religious book called the Torah, then renamed it the Bible. They didn't like the God of Earth One, Yahweh, being a black God. Bronze brown is his color. Yahweh said that he himself would come to earth in the last days. He wrote in his book, the Torah. But the Romans changed the story and chose to say that a son would come instead, not the Father, God of earth one. So they made up the name Jesus. Then they created the first society of Jesus believers for white folks. So you can clearly see that Nipsey is not a white man to fit into any white man's story, saying that a white son would come. Nipsey is bronze brown in skin color. He is divine, though, and he himself is a God. This is knowledge that it'll get out there, and it's already well known by some, but not by many. So, Hermes Nipsey is God Osiris of the Egyptian dynasty. He descends down to earth and ascends back to one of the heavens of his own. He's already came back again to prove it. God Nipsey, God Osiris, visits who he trusts for now. Then he plans to get to those he loves, but who have disappointed him, though. God Osiris Nipsey is an Ancient of Days, the supreme God of his world. There are many goddesses and gods of the Godheads who created their own world. See, and that knowledge is out there. God Osiris, God Nipsey, in other words, he's also a God of the afterlife. He helps to rule there too. You may see him in your next location after your own life leaves Earth and continues elsewhere, because he's worshipped galaxy-wide. God Osiris, yes, God Nipsey, he saw the suffering on Earth in the poor Los Angeles area, Inglewood. So he appeared in his miraculous way. down as a human savior, appearing as just a man, a deliverer, to relieve men, women, and children from trouble. And so, as God Nipsey, he began to supply people's needs. Now his ancient evil enemies who stalked him, they didn't like him blessing the poor. But the attempt to kill him failed because giant, remember, God Osiris, God Nipsey in other words, came out of the earth suit, the incredible flesh uniform, to continue life elsewhere. He continues his life elsewhere and returns to earth too, and will do so again and again, sooner or later. I'm Love.